Alright, wonderful, cocksuckers. Welcome back to Practicing Portraits, the artwod portrait roadmap. Right? Who am I? I'm Viggy. What is the artwod? What is artwod? They're an imagination, drawing from imagination platform. Right? Because of them, I can draw like this. What other bullshit do I usually say? Draw along with me, whatever. I've been drawing for 3 years and 3 months. It's solely due to artwod, right? Like, the exercises they give you is what let me do this, right? Like, they don't teach you how to do this specific drawing, but that's drawing from imagination, right? They didn't teach me this. They taught me the fundamentals. Anyways, fucking shill, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Now draw along. Draw along. I'm tired. I'm just so tired of these intros. A, because I keep trying to put effort into having some sense to them, and then keep coming out of it realizing there's no fucking point. There's no point. People won't be watching these videos for years. For years, this channel will go unnoticed by the algorithm until I'm just too good to go unnoticed by the algorithm. Matter of fact, but goddamn, beautiful. Now this pen is actually, wow, that's really absorbing ink now. So my lines are definitely going to be garbage, which is wonderful. But yeah, what am I doing? I'm practicing. I'm looking at a portrait. Or a face, whatever. I'm putting a box over it. I'm putting a sphere inside the box. I'm putting center lines inside the sphere inside the box. This is 3 layers of perspective visualization. If that sounds difficult, it's fucking astronomically difficult, which is why I'm doing it, because it's worthwhile, because it's difficult. Draw along with me. Practice portraiture. Practice fucking something. Let this video be a call to action for you. But anyways, damn, my lines are gonna be really bad today. But anyways, it's 1:30. I need to draw for an hour and then go to sleep. So draw along. It's 1:30 a.m. I would not be napping in the afternoon. I'm not that type of guy. But yeah, anyways, I'm just back to thinking while talking while drawing, right? What I always do. But yeah, I have a pretty good idea now. I don't know what that sentence was. Right? But okay, so my lines definitely need to have some work done. But I actually feel as if this guy's head is tilted actually a bit forward. I don't know how I didn't see that before. Yeah, how did I not see that before? I think I didn't understand it. I genuinely just think I didn't understand it, but now I feel as if I understand it a little bit better. We'll see how it goes. But I don't think it's that tilted. Clearly, okay, it's not that tilted. That is a mistake. But, okay, I've committed to this mistake. Now, right? Yeah, that is a huge mistake. Okay, well, clearly, okay, I completely fucked the perspective up. But, yeah, this is not what it is. But this is just what I'm making it now. This is not what it is. This is so off, it's hilarious. I say this for everything, right? This is constantly how I keep messing up. My lines need... Oh, this is beautiful. Now my lines definitely need a lot of work. Right? And I'm visualizing the box. I'm visualizing the sphere inside the box. Oh, fuck me. Did I leave my water bottle upstairs? I'll get it while I'm in the middle of a brain resting period. Yeah, I'm visualizing the box. I'm visualizing a sphere inside the box, right? A perfect sphere. And this is what has the greatest return on investment. Like what I'm doing right now, like the visualization, right? This is what has the greatest return on investment when it comes to understanding form and perspective. And I'm going to lose this visualization quite a bit. And I'm visualizing the center lines, horizontal and vertical, inside the sphere, inside the box. Right? And I'm really just gonna try to be in as much absolute discomfort as I can, right? Like I am right now. And again, talking and drawing is a skill, let it be known, right? Give it a shot. Try drawing something that is actually equivalent to your usual display of skill, right? Skill, again, drawing is a skill, not a talent. just like to throw that out there. Right? Wow, Vicky's really butthurt. It seems like he really, really wants people to know that drawing is a skill, not a talent. Yes, because I've gone through the effort of realizing that it's all about effort. So I would like to promote that to anybody who's listening. Again, my words won't mean much now. Okay, see, that was a huge mistake. See? And mistakes are good, because that's what it was supposed to be like that. Right? But that was a huge mistake, and mistakes are good. Okay? Repeat after me. I'm useless trash because I make mistakes. And that's a good thing. That is a good thing. Right, okay, so again, this is definitely not a box in perspective, like a perfect cube. We're still figuring that out. Definitely not a perfect cube. Definitely not a perfect cube. But it's okay, because figuring it out is part of the process. And that's what we have to yearn for, is to consistently try and figure it out. Right, but this is a horrendous box. right? And this is just me. Like, this is who I am. Like, I will consistently fail, right? This is how I learn. And I need to keep reminding myself, like, am I visualizing the sphere inside the box? If the answer is yes, cool, continue. Am I visualizing the center lines inside the sphere, inside the box, right? And that's usually where I'm tripping up right now. Is like, I'd say I can visualize the box about 60% of the box and about 40% of the sphere inside the box, and then about like 30% of the center lines inside the sphere inside the box. So in totality, I'm only visualizing the entire thing maybe 20% of the time, if we're gonna be honest, right? Like the entire thing, but okay, that is off center. Yeah, that's off center. You see, like when lines are this small, it makes a huge difference. And again, like this is like the completely wrong perspective, but I'm still obviously going to draw. Well, this is a great way to practice my understanding of form, right? Like, do I know? Can I understand what his nose is like from this perspective? The answer is most likely no, but I'm gonna try anyways. And it's not bad, actually. Like, this is the beauty of understanding perspective and form. Is like, I actually did manipulate his nose relatively decently. I'm not saying I did it perfectly. I actually did not do it perfectly at all. But that's not the point. The point is, did I try? Oh, and look, I just lost the sphere of the center lines inside the box. But now I'm bringing it back. I'm trying to bring it back. Well, again, my lines are also another thing. I'm really trying to keep clean as well. Right? Ear is roughly right around here. So something like this. Right? Again, like, I don't care about the features right now. It's not about the features. The features are just, this isn't even what's required. Artwod, the section of this exercise in Artwod is do 3 repetitions on the app itself, or like manually or whatever, and just look at a reference and then trace over the reference with the box. The next level of this is what I'm doing, what I've been doing, which is already like fucking look at a reference and put a box over it, and then like put it down, right? And then obviously, again, I'm doing 50, I'm technically doing 100 reps, right, per exercise instead of 3, so I've already hit easily I've hit like almost 200 now, right? I'm at 35, so I'm at like 170 repetitions. Probably more, because I multiplied this a couple times as well, right? But that's the whole point. Like, you don't learn by doing 3 repetitions. I want to be very clear. Like, very few skills you will learn by doing 3 repetitions, okay? Art is 100% a skill of repetition, of intentional, dedicated repetition, not fucking around, I'm not thinking repetitions, okay? That's what I mean. When I say repetitions, I mean I'm actively doing my best to be in discomfort and constantly thinking, right? Because I acknowledge that drawing is a thinking skill, and as much, if not more of a motor, what the fuck am I saying? Drawing is a thinking skill as much, if not more, than it is a motor skill. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. But I didn't, because I stuttered everywhere, wee, right? But let's see if I can get this guy's lippies in order. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Why the fuck am I like, why am I saying lippies, bro? Why am I saying that shit? Why did none of you stop me? Forgive us, Lord, for he Viggy-famed too hard. Right. Does he know what that means? No. Do I know what it means? Absolutely not. But there you go. Okay, those lips were looking okay, and then I fucked it up. Now he just looks like he has a fucking an overbite? No, an underbite, right? Yeah. But well, this is the wrong perspective, but it's impressive I've even been able to do it, considering that's the wrong perspective. But yeah, like it looks like the other one that I did, but I didn't mean to. But anyways, let's draw the helmet. Actually, let me rest my brain, and during that period, let me let me go get my water bottle. Right, you guys can enjoy about 15 seconds of silence because my parents are sleeping, so I'll be back. Oh yeah. So yeah, all that gurgling you heard was me suckling on the teats of my water bottle. Very good. Anyways, back to drawing, right? Okay. The Vilder noise. Right, oh, I got a burp. Okay, there you go. But yeah, let's see. Visualizing the box, visualizing the sphere inside the box. Okay, so I am limiting myself. I'm gonna be very clear. I'm gonna state this out loud, so I can try to do my best to hold myself accountable. And therefore, you can witness me trying to hold myself accountable via this learning path I'm trying to take, which is I am not allowed to draw anything complex. Okay, I'm not allowed to draw small details until I've established the large shapes. Okay, so Antonio from artwod, right? Antonio from artwod, what the fuck? Antonio, the founder of artwod, he has many videos, and again, while I'm talking, I'm thinking, but he has many videos essentially, and this is the, let's see, this is the horizontal central line, right? And then this is the vertical central line, vertical, yeah, of the sphere, something like that, because it's following the minor axis. It's following the ellipse that this box creates, and then the minor axis of that, right? Very roughly. But Antonio, founder of artwod, has a principle he calls the fill principle, which is focus, intent, limitation. What is my focus? Visualize the fucking box, sphere inside the box, and center lines inside the sphere inside the box, right? That's the focus. What is the intent, right? To maintain that visualization and draw hard surface shapes over it, right? After creating like the portrait version. What is the limitation? The limitation now is obviously that I'm really gonna try to set clear is no, the shapes are not allowed to have small details inside of them, right? The shapes are not allowed to have small details inside of them, for I must create the large shapes first. And and the intent within that limitation obviously is to ensure that the shapes I draw, you know, like I try to follow design principles like ratios, how they're connecting, etc. You know, etc. What the fuck, Viggy? Yet, etc. Right? But yeah, so that's my limitation, right? I'm not allowed, and this is gonna really push my because again, I'm already trying to think about what I can draw. Like I'm already trying to think about the design inside this, and while I consistently try to visualize the box, sphere inside the box, and center lines inside the sphere inside the box, right? So this is very difficult because now obviously like it's always been difficult to try to design something, but this is a good type of difficult because this limitation is another 100 reps of this limitation is what's going to create my my designs much better, I believe, right? Because it's gonna look like ass. I'm telling you right now, we're not gonna be doing shit like this and this anymore, right? That's gonna come after, in the sense that like I'm only gonna add those on after the initial shapes have been established. So right now, the main goal is to ensure that initial shapes that are being established are large, graphic, and clear, you know, and they're always following the contour of the sphere, right? So with that being said, like again, and they're not allowed to be insanely yeah, they're just not allowed to be very detailed, like in terms of their silhouette. Like their silhouette must be simple, right? I need to be thinking about large shapes. Silhouette and form is the only thing I'm allowed to think about right now. Details can come afterwards, right? So it's already so difficult. My mind is already churning, right? In a sense, like it's really, and plus this fucking drawing behind this is fucking with me as well. But I need to try to think about the center line, right? These wrapping lines, and I need to think about what I'm gonna add. So what's a silhouette that I would find cool? Okay, I think I have a silhouette that I would find cool. Now I just need to define what that shape is. Right, I need to, and because it needs to be wrapping around, so I need to define what that shape is, and that will just come down to ideation, right? Like not that I know what clear ideation is, but like I already fucked it up. I'll be honest, I already fucked it up quite a bit because I completely lost the perspective of this box, but that's okay. That's okay, because this is the beauty of drawing and recalibrating your mind, is the fact that you can slowly but surely make things make sense, hopefully. hopefully, right? So let's see. Okay, if that's the sphere, and then I'll do something like, okay, so I need to think about how this is going to be on a sphere, right? So something like that. And again, I'm literally trying to put this over a fucking box inside of over a sphere that's inside a box, right? It's extremely difficult to hold this, which is good because I'm really trying to lean into this discomfort. I'm genuinely really trying to lean into this discomfort, and that's what I implore everybody else who draws does. And that's what I just implore that everybody does, right? But let's see. Okay, again, like graphic shape, graphic shape. Let's see. How do I want this? Okay, where's my sphere? Because I need to understand where my sphere is. Okay, so that's where my sphere is. So that makes sense to me. Right? Because again, I'm trying to think about it this way. This is the thing. This is the center line, sorry. Right? I'm trying to have it come across. So this, and the center is very off here. So let's, there you go. Let's make it go along the center. And then again, what kind of I cannot speak today, Jesus Christ. What kind of graphic shape do I want, right? I'm only allowed to think about silhouette. We will reverse engineer everything else afterwards, right? Okay, but if that's going around the sphere, and then that's coming around like this, then, and that's going around the sphere like that, well, that's coming out of the sphere, right? So, okay, so this is really hurting my brain, which is good, because I need to think about this. It's going around like that, and then we're seeing this, right? We're seeing this contour, it's going around this side of the sphere. And do we... I guess I could try something like this. It's already kind of off, but I said I guess I could try. I did say I could try. So let's... And again, my lines are obviously very subpar. Okay, so it's already off perspective, but it's okay, because this is much better than what... Like, this is already a really difficult angle to visualize, right? So this is our large shape. And we haven't even established the shape, really, to be honest. So let's actually close this off. Fuck it. And then we'll do something like this, right? Something like that. It's coming this way as well. And it needs to obviously go around the sphere as well. So we'll do... okay, I've completely lost the sphere. So we need to, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to recalibrate. Okay, I got the sphere back, I think. Right? There you go. Something like that. Now that's a large shape I can be kind of proud of. Right? It's not done, obviously, but I'm saying, like, in general, I can relatively be proud of this shape because it is graphic. And let's see. I also do want to calculate the angles. So if this is the front plane, okay, I lost the sphere again, so we're trying to get that back. Let's see. I'm just trying to get the sphere back, because this is my sphere. Like, it's like this. Or actually, it's like that. Right? Something like that. So it is wrapping around. And again, like, the sphere in my... Like, I end up drawing on a much smaller sphere, and I have to consistently recalibrate. I'm telling you right now, like, the size of the sphere I drew on is technically not as... is not that big, but I can... Because I understand perspective decently, right? I'm able to be like, oh, okay, let me just fix this little thing. Right? Let me just... And again, like, this is the plane. And this is this perspective, this plane right here. So if it's going across... And, no, wait. It's going... Yeah, up, and then, wait, we need to think about, yeah, we need to think about the angle that it's in, actually. So if it's like this, that's my angle. Actually, that's literally my, what the fuck? How do I, okay, well, already, like, the box is already different here. Actually, I can admit that. Like, this is already a different box than this. So, obviously, I have to kind of do it per this box, right? So... something like that. Something like that. And then, okay, so what is going on here now? Yeah, like the perspective's already off. It's okay. It's okay. We're still gonna figure it out as we go, right? And that doesn't mean that I'm not allowed to draw little shapes that help insinuate the entire sphere, which is really difficult to see. This is why I love this, because I'm literally trying to form wrap and design shapes around a consistent sphere, which is inside a consistent box, right? So like obviously the perspective is completely off right now, but you know, this is where I'm just trying to think, like, what does this look like on this side? Oh, well, actually it kind of looks like, let's just have it curve around. I don't know. I don't know if that's accurate, but I'm gonna keep going, right? And maybe this can actually, okay, because this is my sphere. Maybe this can, let's see. Yeah, because just to like showcase, there you go. I'm only doing this just so anybody watching can understand like what dimensionality I've added to this. Right, like now it's jutting out, you can see that. Right? You can see this. And this is what I'm visualizing. And you will be able to do it too, given enough time, effort, consistency, and experimentation. The last one being one of the most key things, right? Consistency and time is a given. Don't even think about that as being like a what if, right? But the other parts, those are where... Okay, so I obviously, okay, anyways, like fucking that's just a given. Anyways, let's just try to have this wrap around this shape. Okay, so what do I want to do here? What kind of shape do I want? So I made that jut out of the sphere, right? I made it wrap around, and now we want to do maybe something that reinforces the contour, like the front plane and the side plane. And again, this is a different perspective now. Like it's just what it is. Like I didn't do it as accurately as I wanted. There you go. We'll bring it around. Is the sphere even, like, I don't even know if I've actually managed to maintain the sphere to the degree that I would like, but let's see, maybe we can, okay, again, like I completely lost the box, I've completely lost everything, but I could try something like this actually. And first you might be like, wait, you said you wouldn't add anything complicated. I'm not. I'm actually just, this is just an opportunity to practice form blending on the sphere itself, which I don't know if I'm going to be doing this accurately. I actually don't know if I'm going to understand it to the degree that I want to, because this is where the sphere is, right? So let's see if it's coming around. Oh, okay, maybe I can just do something like that, right? I don't know if that makes sense, but hey, it's an opportunity for me to think about it and try to see what makes sense. Is this even wrapped around a sphere? We'll have to see. Okay, so we'll bring this around, this as well. There you go. Okay, and then this goes around here, and this is wrapping around that sphere. All right, cool, and then we'll... Again, I'm not trying to only have these two large shapes be the only large shapes that exist, right? So we will, of course, cut this out, right? And let's see. This isn't even wrapping around the sphere properly, clearly, but I don't know if that makes sense. I've already lost the box. Okay, I have to bring it back. I have to put the sphere inside of it and the center lines. It's not bad. I feel as if there's potential, of course. Right? And then I'm going to do something perhaps a little outlandish, which is try to complete the sphere. See? That's the sphere, right? I'm going to try to complete it by doing subtractions. Let's see if this works. I'm just trying to follow the silhouette of the sphere while still ensuring that there are subtractions, like these cylindrical subtractions that are essentially taking the, okay, like it's off perspective for sure. That was alright. But the lines could have been a lot better. The lines could 100% have been a lot better. Right? And same thing here, like we need something that's attached here that is gonna follow the sphere, bars, bars, bars. And same thing with this, right? But then again, this I could just do something like that, and then this comes out, and we could even have this be a little nice, cute diagonal, just for me. Cute little diagonal for me, which looks like shit. It's because I fucked it up. All right, and then those are like these are clearly my large shapes, I guess you could say. Right, and now I guess I have the liberty to add little shapes on top of them. You know, now that I've actually, and the thing is, like, this is nothing spectacular. Like, you can see when it comes to creating large graphic shapes, I struggle, but this is beautiful because this is actually the skill that matters. Being able to create large readable shapes in perspective, right? So something like, and again, trying to really, you know, let's bevel this inwards, bring it out here, bevel it back, and follow that silhouette. Keep trying to hold everything in my mind. These lines are really bad. Like, these lines have no clarity, right? And of course, I still have that tendency to go over them, to be like, I'll have clean enough line work. I can go over my lines, just fucking leave it. He says, but he doesn't leave it. There you go, something like that. Okay, I still want to obviously add something here that's like really showcasing that this is in fact a sphere. Like, this is nice and all what I did here, but I do need to make sure that. Okay, let me try again. Let me think about the perspective. Bring this. Now, it's a shape that basically says, fuck you, you're in the wrong perspective, and we're gonna change that perspective. What about something like this? Right? Kind of looks mechanical. Still gives me the liberty to... Wait, that's incorrect. That's incorrect. Like, this is obviously not following the perspective. I'm just trying to think right now. I feel as if I messed it up a decent amount, but hey, at least it is more spherical, right? It is more spherical. We could just call this a cutout. We could just do something like that. What the hell did I do here? I have no idea what I did with this fucking line. I think I was supposed to do something and then I made a mistake. Oh well, when in doubt. There you go. Something. Okay. And then now we can start adding the little details that I said I would wait till the end, right? There you go. See? And now already, like, I'm trying to be more decisive about where I place my marks. Because it's gonna make a huge difference in terms of the design of this whatever this is, this fucking helmet hard surface thing. But hey, I'm actually pretty proud of myself because like really tried to keep everything in mind and really just tried to focus on large, discernible shapes that were connected, right? And it doesn't mean that it's anything spectacular because I am trying to make sure that maybe just yeah, I am trying to make sure that there's still some sort of legibility with the lines, and this is an important part because like once I'm giving myself now that I'm giving myself this free reign to be like, hey, you can add a bunch of shit to it. I still got to be decisive, right? I still got to be decisive and be like, okay, what am I adding? You know, is what I'm adding actually going to be? Is it going to add to the design? Is it going to make a difference? Right? Those are all things that will have to be addressed. And I could even do something like this to make up for this travesty. Although my lines ended up making it a travesty anyways. Look at this. This is always my little cop out, right? When in doubt, just add little fucking... I need to find way better... See, okay, that looks bad. That just looks objectively bad. Unless I do something like this. Nope, my lines still need work. Well, it's okay. This is actually... this probably doesn't look any different than this, but I feel the intentionality, which is what matters to me, right? Like, I notice the thought process that went through this, and that's important because that's what makes the biggest difference when it comes to drawing, right? Is like intentionality. And it's okay right now, like it's fine, because I'm just still learning. But again, now I get to think like, okay, how are things going to be connected, right? Like now I'm adding the little details that allow me to clarify things are connected because I already drew the larger shapes. Although I did mess up quite a few shapes and I did lose the sphere quite a few times, right? But here, like, I could think, what's a shape that looks relatively interesting? Right, I don't know if that looks interesting, but I've drawn it now. So now I've got to think like, okay, like how would I make this look interesting? Maybe something like that. You know, add a little shadow there. Right. Okay, again, like small shapes, large shapes, all that shit, but I just need to think like, how does this connect? Right, how does that even make sense? We could... Let's see. I'm just trying to think what I could do with that. Well, we could actually just have it be something that's jutting out. And this is why my lines matter, right? Because you can see my line quality is very subpar. But that's just the way it is. And then now, again, trying to make little decisions. It's like, oh look, design. Right? Is a good design? Probably not. Probably not. Where do we want to lead the focal point? Well, I guess we can lead it to... Okay, like this is, see, this is starting to look way muddied. But I do like how it looks a lot more intentional. Like there are large shapes, for sure. But I'm just trying to think. Maybe I should just... Yeah, just kind of define these lines a bit more. Just so it doesn't look as shoddy, right? There you go. And then we can have... That's connected to this, right? It's just something I made up right now. It's connected like that. That kind of looks interesting. And then again, we could just have a little cylinder like so. And give it a little bit more of a oomph. There you go. Okay, would you look at that? Started with large shapes and then added details, and personally it does feel like there's a decent amount of difference. And I'm still working on trying to like make things make sense. But yeah, overall I have no complaints. There you go. Definitely looks more intentional. Okay, on to rep number 36, and this time I hopefully will get, not hopefully, I'm gonna fucking try to get this goddamn head right. Because that's the main point of this goddamn exercise for this roadmap, is to actually understand the orientation of portraits, right? What I'm doing is all my extra credit. And I've gotten a lot better, to my credit. Didn't mean to segue the sentence like that at all. But anyways, I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. Right? I definitely feel like there's a lot more intentionality here, but yeah, this is a great limitation because you see how my shapes are ass, but then I added tiny little details, and even though the shapes are ass, like now the little details are like, oh, it kind of looks mechanical, cool, whatever, bullshit, right? But that's the main thing. Like that's just, there's a little, let me just add this. It's gonna piss me off otherwise. There you go. There you go, because now it looks three-dimensional. There you go. Now it looks three-dimensional. Now it actually looks like that's a visor of sorts. But anyways, I'm gonna rest my brain and then we're gonna come back. Right? That's good. This is great. Actually, this is gonna be a great. Fuck, I need to hit the desk. This is gonna be a great way to practice shape design, which is what I severely lack. Like actual proper large shape design. Oh yeah, and I lost the fucking sphere in the perspective multiple times, as always. But hey, even though this is a pretty inaccurate perspective, I'm happy considering I'm proud of myself considering like it's like this, right? This is the perspective I ended up drawing. More like this. But if you'll recall, this was something that was extremely difficult for me just 15 hours ago. Horrible box. I don't know why I'm so bad at giving an example. Like I need to work on my ability to give examples, to be honest. Yeah, like there you go. This is the box. It's inside. Right? Like that's the box. It's inside basically. And then obviously what I was visualizing was this sphere. Right? This sphere, this center line, and this center line. You know? But I'm still struggling with foreshortening. Like you can see there's very little foreshortening here. I tried, but I didn't really get it down as much as I would have liked. So, but this is good. This is why we're gonna keep focusing on large shapes, because it's gonna help me actually get that foreshortening down as well. Because the details I can add afterwards. Clearly, I can add afterwards. But yeah, anyways, let's look at this fucker's head and try to get this down again. Okay, so again, it is very subtle. Very, very subtle. That's the box. I'm just using my pen, closing one eye, and then kind of like aligning it with his eyes. And I'm just going like this. Don't mind me. I'm still thinking, obviously. I don't know why I keep saying don't mind me. Nobody's fucking minding any of these videos. At this point, nobody's fucking watching. I've actually tried giving call to actions in the middle of these videos, being like, hey, if you're here at this point, well, please leave a comment. Right? Answering something I said, but nobody loves Viggy. That's when you hit single. Everybody loves Raymond. But let me know. Let me know. I think it's gonna be big. Okay, so I think I'm gonna keep trying, but I believe that this is a little bit better. Oh, I ended up making it angled a bit too much. You can see this is why like when you draw tiny lines, it's all about the subtlety. Because it's extremely hard. And again, like fucking his eye, bro. His eye. What angle is his eye at? It's just this. His face is literally just this. But that's not just his face. It's a little bit bigger than that. There you go. Well, this box is gonna be a lot bigger too, but it's not bad. If that's the case, then Yeah, this guy's head is just completely straight. I don't know why I keep thinking it's angled and it's not angled. It's actually fucking hard to tell. But I'm just gonna assume it's relatively straight. It's basically like this. And this is obviously gonna be a much bigger box because I need to make it even. I still don't know if these look like cubes in perspective. They probably don't at this point, I assume, right? Like this. It's hard to really make it a cube in perspective, but actually wait, maybe I can. I'm gonna cut it off here. Okay, I'm gonna cut it off here. And this should look a lot more like a perfect cube in perspective. And it's kind of just intuition at this point, right? I wish I didn't use that word, but it's kind of like I know this is a cube in perspective because it's kind of like if... How do I explain this? Because I'm fitting a perfect circle inside of it, right? So for me, it's like what fits a perfect... What ratios fit a perfect circle inside of this? I'm sure there's like math that I did fucking a year or 2 years ago to really understand this, but my mind doesn't calculate that anymore. It doesn't externally and explicitly calculate this or it to that extent anymore, right? So yeah, I do apologize. Like I just want to be able to explain things better, but it's basically, oh, see, aha, there you go, mistakes. And I'm not going to try to fix that because I need to stop trying to fix mistakes that I've already made. But yeah, that's completely diverging because I just did that without thinking. I did that without thinking, and I did that without actually planning and calculating. This is obviously more correct, like here. Right? And even that's still diverging. If you can see that, then your eye needs work. And clearly my eye needs work as well. But there you go. This is roughly the center line. It's like extreme foreshortening. I mean, this is why I'm glad that I'm doing all this work, to be honest, because figuring out the face, I'm sure that it doesn't even need to be to this level of detail. Or maybe it does, right? Either way, I'm okay with putting in this level of work, because how else am I going to figure things out? I'm too fucking average to just wing it, so I have to extensively calculate and visualize like I am right now, and I haven't been able to visualize the center lines as well because my lines are suffering horribly, so I'm focusing on my line quality and trying to keep the box's perspective in mind. Perspective, I don't know why I don't know what my tongue did there. It just added in another syllable for no reason. My perspective, but anyways, I'm a funny guy. But let's see. This is, I think this is. It's still too much of the bottom we're seeing. That's more accurate. This is definitely more accurate still, in terms of the subtlety. Well, also it's a mistake on my end, right? Like I made the mistake. It actually, like, these two are pretty fucking same, but because of my mistake, it seems as if it's a huge difference, which is also good to know. Let's see. This is just the eyebrows, bikini bottom. Anyways, you see his it's his, I can't really see, but it's obviously like the face is turning, right? So this obviously, like, I'm putting it on a box, but his face is a curved plane. It's like multiple fucking jut outs and has contours and edges and all that shit, right? So having to roughly translate that as well is also, oh shit, that's a that line was way too thick. I also just noticed he has a way more ethnic nose than what I've been giving him. I've been giving him the generic fucking straight nose, which honestly is an insult because I don't even have a straight nose. How dare I conform to conventional Western beauty standards of straight noses? Bring back the giant bulbous nose. Let's fucking go. I actually do have quite a, I don't know if I have a large nose. I definitely have a bumpy nose. This nose is more accurate to my nose, actually. My nose is like this. It's like, and then I have a giant sneer, like that. And then I have a Giga Chad jaw, like that. And then these are my lips. There you go. That's me. And I've been told I have very pretty eyes, so there you go. Let's just have them stare into your soul. That's me. That's what Viggy looks like. Oh yeah, let me give my nose hairs. Very itchy nose hairs. There you go. But okay, anyways, the features aren't really the main point of this, but I'll still keep drawing them to understand. Oh, actually, they're supposed to be way more on the midline. So I should have made the eyebrows lower, because now his forehead's too small. Okay, cool. That's good to know. This eye, obviously, I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but I'll just do that. Because I like, you don't see the other side of his eye. Because again, his face is not a flat plane, it's a curved plane, right? Like his face is like this, but I'm drawing it like this, but it's actually like this, right? This is one eye, nose, and then the other eye is like over here. I don't know if I'm even explaining human anatomy correctly, but that is not my responsibility for another 3 to 4 years, right? Once I'm proficient in it, then I can explain it. But yeah, I do apologize that I can't explain this how I know that this is more of a perfect cube in perspective. Okay, it's because I'm fitting a sphere. Apart from fitting a sphere inside of it, right? It is, well, it's like objects that are turned away have narrower planes, right? The planes are smaller, you know? Because if this were to face us, then it would be around this size, if not a bit larger, right? Like they're angled away. When they're angled away, they're a bit smaller. When they're angled towards us, they're larger, right? So I'm using that concept as well. So it is a bit of intuition in that sense, but it's more about like, does a perfect sphere fit inside of it? Like if the ratios were like this, right? If I did something like that, this is not a perfect sphere, right? Versus if I did something more like this, you know, that's more of a perfect sphere, right? And then, but you see these are more even. So I was like, okay, like make this one slightly larger, make this one slightly smaller, and ta-da, like this is also a perfect sphere, right? So that's just the way I'm seeing it. I'll try to explain it better. One day, not today. Fuck off. I actually have a drawing to do, in case you weren't aware. And I have to sleep, bro. What time is it right now? It's 2:16, and it's been 46 minutes. So I still have to draw the shapes, the large shapes. Right. Let me just get his ear done. Hair done, ear done, everything big. I'm so unique. Okay, his nose is way too big compared to his eyes. I made his nose fucking gigantic. But fuck it, his nose doesn't matter right now. I'm gonna rest my brain, and then we're gonna draw. This is the perspective. This is way more of an accurate perspective. So this is what I'm gonna try to keep in my mind. Whilst I draw. And yeah, like I don't know if anybody can tell the difference here, but I can tell the difference with the intentionality behind the shapes. But we definitely need to keep that sphere in mind, and we need to start with shapes that, because this is still not going around the sphere, right? So we need to start with shapes that just wrap around a sphere. Like we basically just need to form wrap 3D shapes that are slightly manipulated around a sphere, and then we can start making changes, I guess, right? But what I mean by making changes, I just came back from resting my brain, in case anybody was like, why the fuck is this so tiring? But what I mean by making changes is just visualize this box, the sphere inside the box, and the center lines inside the sphere inside the box. That is like the quintessential goal right now, is to get that to at least 50 to 60%, if not more, if not the visualization more, right? In terms of like accuracy, proportion, consistency, right? Let's try to hit at least 50% within an arbitrary 20 to 40 hours, right? Like who knows how long it'll actually take, because I've been doing this for a very long time now. I've been doing this for 40 hours. I've been doing this, and I've only gotten to this point. Like again, progress is slow. Progress is slow. That's just how learning is, especially if you're average to below average like me, right? Some people might say like, oh, you're not below average. I've had people say that, right? It's like, no. Okay, like it's extremely difficult for me to figure things out. You know, if you put as much effort as I did, you'd probably get there much faster than I do. You know, it's just simple. But you guys don't. Anybody watching, you most likely don't put nearly as much effort as I do when it comes to spatial reasoning, right? That's why you're watching me. Probably because you're like, oh wow, how does he do it? But I doubt anybody puts as much effort as I do, right? And if that's egotistical of me, great. Please prove me wrong so I can see how much effort even more I have to put in so I can match you, if not exceed your effort, right? Either way, either I'm right or I'm inspired and I'm wrong. So I have no problem with being wrong. I can be wrong. It's completely fine, right? You're just gonna be telling me that no, you are actually not as good as you think you are, which is like, duh, I'm fucking nowhere near as good as I think I am, or want to be, but that's the whole point, is like, I'm trying to be, right? What was the point of that? Nobody knows. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but, doobie power, but, let's see. So, yeah, that's the first step, is like visualizing that. It's been 40 hours, I'm gonna slowly move up to try to get like 50% of that visualized, right? But let's start with the shapes. And the next step is like, obviously, yeah, the shapes that are inside of it. So we'll start with the shapes, right? Yeah, there you go, see? And this is already wrong, but it's okay, because I'm just going to fix it, like so. Right, and there you go, we already have some sort of shape. And you can now hopefully you see what I mean by like me, I'm trying to wrap it around a sphere. It's like I'm literally trying to envision a box, a sphere inside the box, and center lines, right? Center lines, inside the sphere, inside the box. Like I'm literally trying to envision that, right? Actually, this is already wrong, but we can fix this, because even if it is wrong, that's the beauty, is like I can literally fix it, right? Because I can fix the perspective. Like I made this way too, like right now, this perspective that I've curved around like this looks like this, right? Like this is what the box looks like, because like this is how much I curved it, right? I curved it like that. But we can just say this is angled. This is an angled curve. We can literally just say this is an angled curve, right? And we can do something like this. This is the power, the magic of drawing from imagination. And again, I'm trying to visualize the front plane as well. But this is the magic, right? Watch. Well, watch and let's do our best to succeed. Because I'm not going to so confidently be like, watch, look, I'm doing it, and then completely fuck it up. There you go. See? That's more accurate. There you go. And then we can do the same thing here. Okay, so it's angled. That's going down. Okay, I'm trying to like visualize the center plane. Center plane. That's that. So yeah, let's just do something like this. There you go. Something like that. Right, and we'll just close this, because I'm still trying to visualize the sphere a lot. But this is what I mean. This is literally what I mean when I say I'm trying to visualize the sphere, by the way. Like, I'm literally trying to visualize a perfect sphere inside a perfect cube in perspective that is proportional to this, right? And visualize the center lines. Like, I hope this makes it a lot more clear. If you're like, holy fucking shit, that sounds difficult, it is. If you're like, holy fucking shit, that doesn't sound difficult, give it a shot, right? I would love to see if you know anything that I don't, and if you're able to make it not as difficult as I'm making it, right? But let's see. And then we can do something like, let's see. Okay, so I want to do something like this. Right? Again, I don't know if it's going to be, like, I'm trying to make it as decent as possible. Okay, that's going out here. These are going to be very general shapes, to be honest. And let's do this, because obviously I want to... I did make a mistake there, but I just want... There you go, something like that. Right. And we'll bring this out like so. Once I connect it on the other side. Let's see, something like this, right? Okay. So that's not bad. And then we'll obviously bring this down here as well. Oh, let me just do this. You guys can hopefully, I hope you guys can see how much my lines suffer. And how much that this isn't really a perfect sphere. But I am trying. No, I'm genuinely trying to ensure some consistency. My lines are definitely suffering as a result, right? Let's see, something like that. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. This is actually an accident, now that I look at it. But it's okay. I mean, mistakes are just they're. This is what dreams are made of, right? Mistakes are they're the backbone of life. What the fucking Obama? Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. And then, I guess we'll just have something wrapped around like this, right? Bring it over. See, that was a mistake. Bring it over donder. Yonder donder, as the wise man said. Okay. So this was a mistake. Now I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna work around this mistake. Because actually, no, was it a mistake? Maybe, maybe not. I just have to logically reason this now. I just have to figure that out. What would that look like on this side? So I see that. I'm trying to think. Okay, if that's actually what's happening, then I gotta do this. Right, I gotta do something like this. There you go. Now that makes more sense, right? I basically went from having it being internally rounded to externally rounded, right? And that makes a lot of sense. There you go. And again, like, I'm just fucking trying to push the shapes, really. There you go. Okay, so how does that look? Well, it's just... See, now I have to reason it on the other side. This is what I like. This is what I really like about this, is the fact that I'm genuinely reasoning now. Right? Even if it looks like doo-doo, I am reasoning. And I did lose the perspective quite a bit. But still managing to hold it. I mean, like, this is off. These two are definitely off. Right? And I can actually fix that by just doing something like this. We can just have it be an extra line. So it's like, oh, look. And this is the little detail that I'll add, I guess. Right? But, let's see. Close this. So at least it looks like it is around a sphere. And this is like another rounding that's occurring. Right? It doesn't really make sense otherwise. But how is this looking? So how, like, I'm really trying to reason this. So this is jutting out like that. So it's just something like this. I guess it makes sense. I think it makes sense, I guess. Is what I'm trying to say. Not I guess it makes sense, but yeah. It's hard to tell. Something like this? I don't know. Oh shit, did I shake the tripod? Maybe. Yeah, well, at least I managed to at least close it off properly. This is a good fucking exercise. None of these shapes are impressive, but I mean, like, and I definitely fucked up the foreshortening here. I don't even think I'm gonna draw anything serious over this. I think this was just like a great shape exercise, to be honest. I don't even think I'm gonna draw anything mechy over this. Oh, see, I fucked that up. This is actually too far out, way too far out. I fucked that up. So we're just gonna have to take the L. Yeah, see? So like that I fucked up, but this is not bad. Like these general shapes, right? And if I want to just make it be like, well, look, everybody, look at the cool little designs that are on top of these shapes. When in doubt, man, cylinders. Cylinders do so much work to make things look more impressive. And look, it's even a little foreshortening as well. Right? Not bad. But that was actually really good practice. Holy fuck. Yeah, I think this is like, between this and this is basically what I'll be doing, like large general shapes, and these shapes are actually pretty mediocre, right? So I'm gonna keep trying to, but I like this, I like what I did here. You know, this is actually, like, I like this a lot. Like, this is a large shape that had different variations and was curving onto the sphere and had roundings occurring, as well as different angle jutouts that were projecting across different planes and then projecting back inwards across different planes. That's what makes hard surface design look interesting to me, right? Like, that's what I noticed. It's like, it's like a lot of one large chunk of a shape that has rounding and then cutting subtractions or additions inside its roundings, and then complex connections inside the subtractions or additions, right? So yeah, it's fucking beautiful, and slowly but surely we'll get there. But yeah, that was a fucking great practice, and just hit that hour. Wonderful. I'm gonna go stretch and then sleep. But I hope you put a lot of effort in. I hope you really tried, and hope if anything, I informed, entertained, educated, and made you want to like, subscribe, and give me all your money. So fuck, I'm supposed to save that till the end. Well, I guess that's a perfect segue into, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money.